So we've had a bunch of CSO gambling stuff happen the past couple times. We've had people saying, "Well, guys, I didn't do anything wrong." We've had people rubbing their own nipples because they're frauds and think that's a fun way to get away with it and show, "Hey, I don't take it seriously. I'm a piece of scum. I don't take it seriously." But
I'm a piece of scum.
Piece of scum. Not even a whole scum. So finally, we have Valve coming out and denouncing all these third-party gambling sites that connect them via API and use your Valve profile to do this skin trading gambling stuff.
And then doing fuck all to stop it.
Well, here's the deal. Valve is getting sued in a class action lawsuit.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So they're in a weird spot now. It's almost like they waited too long because now it's like if they flip the switch, which they could do probably anytime,
yes,
to not allow these gambling sites to access these players' profiles, that's basically admitting that they've allowed this willingly to go on the whole time. That wouldn't look good for them in court.
Never really thought about it that way.
I think that's why they haven't done it, but they're denouncing and saying, well, we're just allowing people to use our back end, basically, not literally, but, to do whatever on their site. But they could flip the switch at any time. So it's interesting that they did this. Steam's user agreement includes a passage that forbids exploiting the content and services or any of its parts for any commercial purpose, except as expressly permitted elsewhere in this agreement. But they're not enforcing it. They're not actually coming out and going after these sites. I mean, they can send their lawyers after these sites if they want to.
And that's what confuses me is, to me, this reeks of simple greed. It's right there in your agreement that you can stop people from doing this, and this isn't an underground thing.
It's out in the open.
It's out in the open. If you walked into Valve and was like, "Hey, did you guys know this was going on?"
What?
They're not going to go, "Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me?"
People are trading our skins we've been selling for like 3-4 years.
But hey, they make $250 a pop off these crates or whatever the fuck it is. So
they've made so much fucking money on
So
these.
Why should we not turn a blind eye? And it's kind of gross. You always want to think. I mean, I think it's lessened recently, but there was a time where Valve was very much looked upon as the good guys, and stuff like this does a lot to damage reputation, I think.
So they came out with a statement. I'll just read the statement off. This is from Eric Johnson. Eric Johnson from Valve said this. In 2011, we added a feature to Steam that enabled users to trade in-game items as a way to make it easier for people to get the items they wanted in games featuring in-game economies. Wow, that's convoluted. Since then, a number of gambling sites started leveraging the Steam trading system, and there's been some false assumptions about our involvement with these sites. We'd like to clarify that we have no business relationships with any of these sites. We have never received any revenue from them. And Steam does not have a system for turning in-game items into real-world currency. That much is true directly.
Yes.
These sites have basically pieced together their operations in a two-part fashion. First, they are using the OpenID API as a way for users to prove ownership of their Steam accounts and items. Any other information they obtain about a user's Steam account is either manually disclosed by the user or obtained from the user's Steam community profile when the user has chosen to make their profile public. Second, they create automated Steam accounts that make the same web calls as individual Steam users. He's going into more of the techno battle about how these sites operate.
Right.
But they're allowed to through how it's designed. Using the OpenID API and making the same web calls as Steam users to run a gambling business is not allowed by our API nor our user agreements. We're going to start sending notices to these sites requesting they cease operations through Steam and further pursue the matter as necessary. Users should probably consider this information as they manage their in-game item inventory and trade activity. Okay. So they're going to send notices. They know what websites are doing this. They have IP addresses. You don't think they could write something to sort of shut off the access to these profiles and cut it to those IP addresses like that?
They could. They can shut down these
Absolutely.
accounts. These are all of this stuff is handled by large accounts. They can just shut down the accounts for breaking the user agreement. But they're not, and they're probably not because doing so would be some, like as you said, would be some sort of acknowledgement of guilt.
It would be acknowledgement. Plus, I hate to say it would hurt their sales of these skins in the short term too. This is their problem. The problem is they control what items are put in these fucking. These are trading card packs basically.
Yes.
These rare skins are chase cards. They're hologram cards. They're the ones that they're autographed. It's 1 out of 1,000. So they have all that calculated out.
Yep.
At any time they want to, they can make all the items with in a fucking whatever database they're doing, they can say, oh, that rare knife item that's 1 in a million, now it's 1 in 10.
Yeah.
Now it's 1 in 100. They could kill the gambling aspect and kill the high value these are going on the black market in an instant. They could do that if they wanted to. People would still buy these.
Yeah.
They would just eliminate the illicit gambling part of it and the fact that there's a weird monetary value put with these, because now, oh, this skin, oh, my pink AK-47 is 1 out of 1,000, so it's worth $800. They could eliminate that in a heartbeat if they wanted to, but they're afraid if they do that, maybe that would hurt the amount of sales, because there's. Let me guess. I'm guessing that most of these sales now are not people using the items just for gambling.
It's buying in at a casino.
Yes,
you're buying your chips. That's what it is.
But
you're buying chips that you don't even know the value of. That's the bizarre part. And they can say that there's no way for people to turn this into real world money. Sure, but that's fucked, because there's no way for your customers who are giving you real world money for these items to turn into real world money on your site.
They created the economy, but not the marketplace.
Yes.
They still created the economy.
Absolutely.
And the blind eye to that's kind of weird. People were on us a little bit for not doing that last time. Well, we're talking about it now. Last time was more in the scope of just the sites doing this, and now we're talking about Valve's involvement with this. So, what's going to happen? I mean, hell, they've come out. Twitch said that CS:GO gambling broadcasts are prohibited, but they always were. They just never shut them down before.
And that's really what bothers me the most, is they will go after people for smaller infractions, but this sort of stuff that's generating them money is what they let sneak by.
And by the way, what's his name? The two guys from last time that I can't remember. They've been added to that class action lawsuit.
Nipple fucking rubber and
not nipple fucker. Nipple fucker was totally separate from owning CS:GO. He was just promoting another skin website.
All right.
Martin and the other asshole. They've been added to the lawsuit, the class action lawsuit with Valve. So, if this was going to happen, they're going to get dinged. I think either way, Valve's going to shut this off.
Yeah, of course.
So they're going to pay out. I think the Valve's going to have to pay out, and this will be part of the agreement. Maybe that, hey, part of the agreement, we pay less, we shut off the switch. And hell, they've made tons of money from this. You know, how much longer could this actually go on? How much longer could this going to go on before you think someone like Congress would have gotten involved with something like this?
Not long at all. Especially with how much this has blown up in the past couple of months.
And how it's associated with underage. It's not just gambling; it's underage gambling.
Yes.
Which all of a sudden, whoa! I think we can all. That's bipartisan agreement. I think right there. I think we can all agree that's bullshit. You know, like that's. Gambling is one of those things that, everyone. It's gonna be hard to lobby positively for children gambling online. That's kind of hard to get behind.
Technically 13-year-olds, but really anyone who can check that I'm 13-year-old box.
Yes, and get some money from some gift card or ask their parents permission to use their credit card. Their parents don't know what the hell they're using it for. They're using it to buy virtual baseball card packs to find that shiny hologram. Limited edition, people. We got mint. We got the flex pay option on the screen. We're gonna go 10 minutes on this one. My voice. All right.
It hurts so much to do it.